Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to PiSeas Tarot, everybody. I am Mimi Lightseer, and I am so thrilled to have you here because over here at the PiSeas Tarot Experience, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we about to get into somebody's business, okay? We are about to get into somebody's business. Ooh, child, let me tell y'all, baby, when I tell you, I've been up late last night, not because I wanted to be. I made every intention to try to go to bed at a decent hour, but I was up watching The Bachelor last night. And we're going to talk about that during the post show, but we're going to get this thing going, okay? So good morning. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift. Good evening to my international family. What's up to all of my folks on TikTok who are watching behind the scenes? Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. If you are new to the PiSeas Tarot Experience, go ahead and drop a star in the chat. If you are a returning guest, go ahead or I keep saying guests, y'all friends. If y'all friends of the PiSeas Tarot Experience, I need you to go ahead and put down some fish in the chat because listen, over here in PiSeas Tarot land, it gets messy. Y'all already know what time it is. Listen, okay, I'm going to tell y'all right now, we definitely have a word today for y'all. I say that every day. Sometimes the tea be hot, sometimes it's not. But today I feel like it's going to be hot. Okay, I feel like it's going to be hot. So I think I need y'all to find y'all emojis and get y'all selves ready for some participation because when I tell you it's hot. Today's agenda, okay? Today's agenda consists of a brief energy cleanse followed by a divine insight and download, which I have a combination of a download and an earworm today, y'all. We're going to get into this overall energy reading, which is some insights and observations about what's going on overall. And then we're going to confirm everything that I told you with these tarot cards and close this reading out with some lasting thoughts, okay? So let me tell you something. If y'all ready to get into this, I need y'all to go ahead and to find your scrub brushes. Go ahead and find your scrub brushes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, y'all, it's time for us to clean our energy up. Some of y'all been up working all night. Some of y'all been tossing and turning and can't sleep. Some of y'all just waking up. Some of y'all like, I don't know what, I'm just here. Whatever it is, we've been dealing with energy all day long. Every time from the time you open up your eyes, the first 17 seconds of your day tells you everything you need to know about your day. So if you know that it's time to cleanse up this energy, go ahead and find those scrub brushes. Go ahead and find those scrub brushes and put them down in the chat because it is time for us to clean up our energy and get ready to go forward with the day. Here we go, y'all. Before we move forward, it's important to take a minute just to level set and ground ourselves. And the simplest way to do this is by cleansing our energy through breath work and sound. So to do this, we're going to do this by taking in 3 deep breaths. We're going to hold it and exhale slowly, okay? With each inhale, I want you to invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, I want you to release any tension or distractions, anything that's got you frustrated, whatever it is, we're going to let it go. We're going to inhale the positive of what you want to see happen, and we're going to exhale the negative of what you need to let go of, okay? So here we go. I'm telling you, every time I do this, y'all, it feels good. Okay, it feels good to feel your energy and to cleanse it. Okay, now we're going to clear up any remaining stagnant energy with this sound bowl cleanse. So we're going to fully come into alignment with one with presence. Okay, so here we go. That wasn't a good one. We got to do it again. Now, it's all about how you got it in your hand, but if I put it down, you'll hear it. See how it sound better when it's even? Anyway, we ain't gonna go there today. We ain't gonna start the show complaining. Divine Spirit, I welcome you and ask for you to give us your guidance and your wisdom during this reading. Surround me with your light and your love. Help me to receive clear and accurate messages. May this reading bring insight and clarity, and most of all, understanding for the highest good of all of those who are involved. Let the messages resonate for the people who are here currently and for those who will be here in the future. Amen, 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 amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, y'all. If y'all ready to get into this reading and y'all ready for some fun, honest interaction, listen, this is a safe space. Ain't nobody judging you. However, your participation is appreciated, okay? Baby, we all been a fool in love before, and today it is just your turn, all right? So with that being said, if y'all ready to get into this fun and engaging time, I need to see those cooking emojis, those scrambled eggs, whatever y'all like to eat for breakfast. Let's go ahead and get those emojis going because, baby, when I tell y'all I got some downloads and an earworm for y'all, listen, okay? Let a word to the wise be sufficient, all right? I didn't even pull up the earworm for today. My good. But listen. Don't worry about me. We gonna get. I'm gonna find this real quick. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's go. So each day before I do a reading, I always take the immediate time to reflect upon the energies of what spirit is showing me. And sometimes it's through divine downloads and sometimes it's through an earworm. And today I have a combination of both. And here's what I'm receiving today. So let's take a poll real quick. If all you want to do in your life is to be happy, can you go ahead and just raise your hand in the chat? If all you want to do is to be happy, just raise your hand and put it in the chat. Just raise your hand. Okay? If you just want to be happy, raise your hand and put it in the chat. Now, as you find your hands to put that emoji down in the chat, let me continue. I don't know a soul that ever wakes up in life and says, I don't have dreams, I don't have aspirations, I don't want to be happy, I don't want peace, I don't want comfort, I don't want ease, I don't want flow. Have you ever met somebody who ever just woke up one day and said that they don't want to be happy? Have you ever woke up and met someone that never had a dream, never had an aspiration, never had a nothing, right? Well, the reality is everybody has dreams and aspirations. They just get overshadowed and killed along the way, right? The other part of it is that as we go through the nuances and complexities of life, happiness gets so far away. We all associate our happiness with a means, whether it's a means to buy a house of a certain caliber, a certain type of car, a certain type of relationship. Like we all have these fantasy ideas, right? And a lot of times when we go through these endeavors in life where we keep putting these goalposts and benchmarks and earmarks out there for what we perceive happiness in life to be, the reality is Life is here right now in this very moment. And you have the power to control what experience you have. So, for example, you could be having a bad day. You absolutely could. We all have them. But it's really up to you to change your perception and how you're going to proceed to be able to move forward and to be like, you know what? You're in a bad mood. I'm not ascribing to that energy. You keep that funk over there, right? You have the power to say yes or no, I will or will not react or respond in a certain type of way. Now, you're probably like, Mimi, what are you talking about? Well, here's the thing. I was laying in the bed last night and I was thinking about, I'm gonna tell y'all, The Bachelor really kind of jacked me up last night, okay? Because I love that show a lot and I watch it a lot. And I always tell people if I were to go on any reality show, I would absolutely go on The Bachelor. And I know I'm a little bit too old to go on The Bachelor now, but I would absolutely go on The Bachelor. And people are like, why? Well, for one, it's dating in real life, except for you see all of your competition. And in the show last night, Letitia, whatever her name was down into the final two, and she really believed that this man was going to propose to her. And I could just see it in his body language. Like, as it got closer to it, I could just see it. Like, whenever she was talking and explaining her feelings to him, his jaw was tightening. I don't know if anybody else watched the show The Bachelor, and I don't know if anybody else saw it, but his jaw was tightening, like he was clenching his jaws. He looked so uncomfortable listening. And I hated for her that when she walked to go meet him and expecting for him to propose to her, I hated for her in that moment because as she was opening up her heart and pouring out her soul, his jaws were clenching. And I said, this doesn't look good. And, you know, he was really struggling. You know, it's always get down to the wire, but never like that. And so anyway, she really stood up for herself. And, you know, she said she was respectful, but she was very clear that she was not happy about what happened, how he misled her into thinking that they had more than what he felt like they had and all this stuff. Like, she really spoke back up and put him on the spot and made it difficult for him. So she really held him accountable for the things that they had said. Now, I had to go to bed because it was already, you know, way past my bedtime. And I couldn't get into it, so I'm going to have to go back and watch it. But the point is, as I was sitting here thinking about that, going to sleep, I started thinking about my life and your life and all of that stuff like that, right? The lives of people as singles, as we all want to be happy. We all want to be partnered. We all want to have somebody that we can kick it with, trust, build a life with, have homes, cars, careers. Like, everybody wants all those things. And as I was sitting there thinking about it and I was trying to really go to sleep, right? In drops my spirit off of Mary J's album in 1994, Be Happy. Okay? The song goes, how can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? All I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine that would be so sweet. Okay? So, I know I just did a whole lot of rambling here, but the point is, everybody wants to be happy. But in that, you got to know when it's time to let go. And I said, good for her. Because when he stood there in front of her and started to tell her, I have an emotional connection with you, but I don't feel the same way about you that I feel about somebody else. Now, interestingly enough, the girl that he chose couldn't even tell him that she loved him. The only reason why she even opened her mouth to tell him that she loved him was because his mother had pressed her about saying it. Now, I ain't gonna give y'all no more than that because this ain't about The Bachelor. We're gonna stay around for the post show and talk about that. But I am so proud of her because even though her spirit was wounded and she was hurt, she was very shocked. I said, good for you, because you let him know that what he did to you was not okay. All right. And I don't know who's reading this got something to do with, but if y'all ready to get into this tea, I need y'all to go ahead and find those tea kettles and put those tea kettles down in the chat, because baby, this is about somebody learning how to be happy. Somebody learning how to love themselves enough to know when it's time to let go and when it's time to move on and to find your happiness. Okay. And I don't know, again, I don't know who this is for, but if you ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to go ahead and find those tea kettles. Go ahead and find those tea kettles, because baby, it is time for us to get into this and find out whose business we about to be getting into. All right, here we go. You know, as I was sitting here just really thinking about the look on her face and the look in her eyes, you know, I hate that for her. Like I don't want to keep going there. But we've all been there before when we felt like we were being misled, right? I want you to put a black heart in the chat. If you ever was dating somebody and you felt like everything was going well, like this person was really serious about you, only to find out that they wasn't as serious about you as you thought. Could you put a black heart in the chat? If you've ever dated somebody and you thought that things were going well, only to find out that they weren't. If you felt like you were being misled, can you put a black heart in the chat?
All a bunch of bullshit.
All right. So anyway, when understanding energy, it is important to know the universe speaks to us in an abundance of ways. Okay. And today I am starting to feel like, as a collective, for one, Spirit speaks to us in signs, synchronicities, and wonders, all different types of ways. Numbers, conversations, coincidences, it's a few different things, right? But in the collective, you know, we're still dealing with the Mercury and Venus retrograde. So that has a lot to do with it. We have a lot of Aries energy. And if you think about it, Aries is also the baby of the zodiac sign. A lot of tantrums, a lot of newness. Aries season also marks the beginning of the zodiac new year, which is the real new year, which makes sense. I don't know why we don't acknowledge. I mean, it just doesn't aesthetically sound appealing to say that March is the beginning of the new year. But when you think about it, your plants start blooming in March, you know, it's so many things that start happening in March. So I feel like this is about renewal, letting go, starting over. Being able to walk into newness. Okay, that's what I feel like this is all about. Okay, now if you're ready for something fresh and new, okay, if you're ready for something fresh and new, can you go ahead and put a green heart in the chat? Green heart. Spirit, what is the overall energy reading for today? What is the overall energy reading for today? Earth magic. Okay, ironically, as we're talking about dealing with the earth in spring, we got earth magic. So somebody here could be an earth sign. Somebody could probably need to go do some type of grounding and getting yourself back leveled after going through an extreme hardship. This is the first card in the deck. So as we talk about new beginnings, the number 1 represents new beginnings. It also represents opportunities and potential. Okay, so the number 1 is instrumental here. Okay, and even if we tie it back to what the earworm of the day is, it's talking about letting go and being happy, knowing when it's time to start over. Granted, nobody ever wants to start over. Nobody wants to start over from scratch. Nobody wants to have to go through all of these things to have to start. Like, listen, at today's age, ain't nobody got time for that, right? But you also have to recognize and accept when something is not working for you in the way that it should be serving you. Okay, and it is what it is. You know, stop holding on to things that are not serving you. And sometimes we got to accept the fact that the reason why we keep getting some of the same old is simply because we are not letting go of what has not served us. You might not be with this person in person, in the physical, but you're still there spiritually because you haven't let go of the things that are no longer serving you when it comes to that person. All right. So what is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? What is the truth that we need to hear right now for our journey? Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Okay. So this is about you growing. This is about you evolving. This is about you recognizing that it's time for you to be expansive in your growth and in your consciousness. Okay. Recognizing that the only way you can get closer to where you want to be and who you want to be, the version of yourself, the best version of yourself, is to keep on going. Don't stop believing. Don't stop trying. If this is not if this is not the version of life that you want to live, you have the right to change it. Didn't we just say that? You know, like right now, you got all the power you could have in your life right now. The sentence I just spoke, I will never be able to get that time back. But I do have the time I have right here, right now. Why don't you take the time that you have right now serious? Ain't that a good question?
Bruh.
The question is, what you waiting on? Who you waiting on? Ain't nobody coming to save you. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. All right? So, guides of the hidden realm, what messages do you have for us at this time? You got to make the decision for you. It's time that you show up for you. It's time that you show up for you like you show up for other people, and then you're disappointed when they don't repay you or show back up for you the way that you wanted them to show up for them. It's time for you to show up for you, and it's time for you to start cutting off some people and some things that are not here for your best interest.
Denied.
It's time for you to be honest with yourself. All right? Holding space for love. This is about non-judgment, discernment, and self-acceptance. Y'all, if spirit ain't coming through this morning with the heat, okay? If you feel like spirit is cooking this morning, I need you to come in and put in some fire emojis down in the chat, because baby, this is about you being non-judgmental about the things that you've tolerated, the things that you've accepted, the things that you know that you can and cannot change about other people. What are your deal breakers? Okay, what are your deal breakers? What are your non-negotiables? Do you have discernment on what that looks like and how that's showing up for you? Right? Why are you just allowing? Why are you just allowing so much and so little at the same time? It's time that you pump the brakes on these things that are not here for your highest good. All right. What is the undercurrent here? What is the undercurrent here? What is going on? You got to accept that sometimes you may have given somebody way more grace and compassion than what they deserve. Okay, let's just be honest. Sometimes you've given people way too much than what they deserve. And we got to stop giving people space. Stop allowing people to take up space when they don't deserve it. Stop allowing people to come in and play with your face. They're playing in your face. They're playing with your face. They're showing you in every which way that this is not what they want. And you allow them to continue to disrespect you. Playing in your face. All right. Sea turtles. Navigate life's challenges with patience and grace, trusting that slow and steady progress leads to success. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. This is exactly what we're talking about here. All right. Sometimes we have to recognize that pace is subjective. And this is where the spirit of comparison starts to rob you as well. Because you sit around here looking at what everybody else got and what you think they got and what you think they doing and all these other things like that. And the reality is, I don't care if it takes you 20 years to come across that better quality love. You want to wait because you want to be the person that you want to attract, right? And even though it's discouraging, even though it's frustrating, it's, dehumanizing in a sense, it's exasperating being single. When you get with somebody else, you're exchanging all of those little miniature problems for larger problems, because now you have to manage the emotions and the feelings of somebody else, what they think. You got to be responsible for how they feel. I understand why a lot of people do get like relational. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be committed, because it's a huge responsibility. But what I find interesting is that you got people who are saying, I'm willing to do this work, and then they want to show up in your face and play in your face.
Do not come.
Those are not the energies that we need. Okay, those are not the energies that we need. Those are not the people that we need. That's not anything that we need, right? If you're going to show up and be ready. Show up and be willing to do the work. Show up and be serious about what it is that you're doing. And what it feels like in this overall energy is that somebody is waking up and realizing that they've been settling for less this whole entire time. Okay? Somebody has been waking up and realizing. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like being single. I have been single for 2 years straight. Okay? At this point, it don't bother me. It don't bother me. The only time I realize when I'm single is when I'm bored and I don't have nothing to do and my phone is dry. I have watched every documentary, every series. And, okay, I'd rather have that problem than to be worried, stressed out, looking old, raggedy around the eyes, skin pale, hair falling out from stress, losing weight, having indigestion, can't sleep at night, tossing, turning, having gas and all kind of other problems because I'm upset about what this fool is over here doing and not doing. Okay? Take back your power. Take back your power. Somebody just put in the chat that they've been single in relationships. That is a thing. You got a whole bunch of married people. Your wife's married, but your husband's single. That's a real thing. And that's a conversation that we don't talk about enough. Okay? Now, how is it showing up for us in our everyday life? Well, it's showing up when it comes to sexual activity. Okay? It's showing up for somebody during sexual activity. All right? So, somebody's with somebody, but they're not with somebody. Okay? So, you might be something to do for somebody. Okay? Let's see what this earworm is. This is interesting energy this morning. It's fiery. Somebody is taking back their power. Somebody is like, you know what? I just want to be happy. You know, I thought I was in love. I only saw what I wanted to see. You know, this ain't it. This ain't it. All right. What is the soul whisper for today, Spirit? Connected. So there's something here with this growth. Okay. This is the second earth sign. Somebody in this connection could possibly be an earth sign. But whenever we see trees on tarot cards, this is about growth, stability, and protection. Okay. So we have connected here. Okay. Connected. And let me say this, because a lot of times we do get discouraged when you feel like you're putting so much into these relationships and they don't work out as hoped or desired. And let me tell you this. Whatever you put into a relationship, you will get out. You will not necessarily get it back in this particular person that you're in a relationship with now, but you could get it back in the future from other people, because nothing that we do goes without a harvest. Any seed that you plant will harvest. Sometimes it's another weed, sometimes it's another beautiful flower, but what you do does come back around. It does plant a harvest. And sometimes when you're single, it's hard to tell the difference between a flower and a weed. I was outside yesterday with the landscapers, and so I had flowers coming up in my backyard. They were weeds. Purple flowers were in my yard. And I was like, where did these flowers come from? They're weeds, okay? So let me tell you, the devil can be very, very, very slick in how he conceals things, okay? And let me tell you this, because this was supposed to be a part of my divine download. Sometimes it's not the devil stealing things from you and destroying and disrupting things. Sometimes it's not other people putting spells on you and blocking you and all of that. Sometimes it's just God telling you no. Sometimes it is just God telling you no. Now that's the conversation that you don't want to have. We would never know the reason why he said no. He just said no. You know how your mama be like, no, because I said so. Sometimes the reason why things aren't working with you and this person, because God just said no. And he don't owe you no explanation. No is a complete sentence. And you got to stop forcing things by asking all these questions. trying to be all up in their business, trying to force it. The answer is just no. If you want to be happy, you got to realize when it's time to walk away, because the answer is just no. If they're not putting the effort and energy into it, the answer is just no. If they're not offering you emotional stability, the answer is just no. If they're not offering you emotional availability, the answer is just no. If all they can do is offer you their wands, their magic sticks, or their honey pots, the answer is just no. Because asking them to give you something more is a violation of what they're capable of giving you. And requiring anything less or anything more of them is beyond the pale for them. So why would you force somebody to be something they have no capability of being? Oh, I don't know who this is for today. But Spirit came through and said, baby, I am here. Do you hear me? Spirit is coming through like, y'all ain't gonna be my friend after this today. All right, connected. When you feel the suffering of every living thing in your own heart, that is consciousness. So Spirit is talking today about consciousness, because consciousness came out with the truth that you needed to hear for your journey. It said, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And here we are with this connected card talking about feeling the suffering of every living thing in your own heart. The question is, what is living in your heart today? My Lord, don't that go back to what I said in the very beginning about learning how to let go of things that are no longer serving you? If you're holding on to it, ain't that something that's living in your heart? Oh, hell no. Okay? It's living in your heart. If you can't let it go, if you ain't let go that betrayal that happened to you some years ago, if you still thinking about that ex that ain't thinking about you, if you still holding on to that phone number and wanting to call and dial, and you still sending text messages and writing notes in your phone, it's still living in your heart, baby, and you ain't let go. Oh my God. Okay? Now, every relationship that has been in your life, as well as every relationship to come, is not without reason or purpose. Okay? Everything in your life has a purpose. We just talked about that. I said, if it takes you 10, 20 years to get there where you need to be, don't you want to go through that temporary sacrifice to get to that better quality? We are human beings. We don't have shelf life. But relationships that don't serve you do. Until you leave this earth, you ain't got an expiration date. Okay? We all got one. Yes, indeed, we do. But until you leave, you don't know what that looks like. So you got to live each day like tomorrow could be the day. And stop wasting time dealing with people and situations and circumstances that are not in agreement with what you want for your life. Take control of it. All right, here we go. Whether a blessing or a harsh lesson, each connection you have shared with others has helped to shape who you are. Even the most difficult relationships have left you with a greater strength, a greater sense of self, or the realization that you truly deserve to be happy. Is that not what I told y'all? It's about being happy. Come through, Spirit, okay? Perhaps the most critical of all your relationships is the one that you hold with yourself. The way that you treat yourself expresses the way that you give permission for others to treat you. Let your connections reflect the way that you desire to interact with you. Don't settle for anything less other than the truth. Forge relationships with others that allow those connections to run deep. Most important, let your relationship with yourself be true, honest connection of all. This is about you being aligned, feeling united, bonded, and attached. Is about you overcoming the shadows of being separated, alone, isolated, and detached. This is oh my God. This is about the Earth Star. The Earth Star, y'all. The Earth Star chakra. What is the Earth Star chakra? Because y'all know that goes below the 7. The Earth Star Chakra is an energetic center outside the body, approximately 30 centimeters below your feet, which acts as a grounding point. If my mic is on and y'all hearing me this morning, I need y'all to put the ears in the chat because Spirit is speaking this morning. If you are hearing me, I need you to put your ears in the chat because Spirit is speaking. I already called it out with the first card that we pulled out. This is about grounding yourself, okay? This is about you fostering a sense of stability and connection to nature, okay? So listen, baby, listen. Spirit is speaking this morning. I hope y'all listening. Okay? Now is not the time for y'all to be giving in to these fake, phony, and fraudulent people that's in your life telling you that they want more and they're not doing more. They're not giving you more. They're not showing you more. Okay? This is about you learning when it's time to let go. And it don't feel good. Don't nobody want to be sitting over here feeling like you by the time you come across the person of your dreams, you're going to be looking like Tales for the Crypt. Baby, when I tell you, waiting is worth your happiness. Your waiting is worth your happiness. Your waiting is worth the quality that you deserve. Y'all got to stop celebrating quantity over quality. You got to understand the difference. Ooh, child. Baby, let me tell you. I don't know what's going on today with y'all out there that's listening to this, but we about to get into these personal insights. But for somebody, I want you to get that fire in your heart and in your soul to know that you deserve better. And stop letting people tell you, you deserve better. You should know you deserve better. And when we get off this live, I want you to call that mother trucker and tell him, you know what, boo? The game is over for you. You got to get on down. Okay? Now, as we shift to more personal insights and look at the personal energies of the potential people that are involved, please remember to focus on what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, okay? Now, the first clue that we got here is air sign, okay? So there could be a third-party person involved with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you or your person is an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, can you go ahead and put the air sign in the chat right now? You potentially have a third-party person that's in the picture. Hate to tell you. Oh. All right, here we go. What is the news here? Somebody. If you suspicious, if you suspect that you are in a third-party situation, let's just tell the truth and raise your hand, okay? If you think that you're in a third-party situation, potentially, raise your hand in the chat. The cleanse, the detox, ridding negativity, and purification. This is exactly what we just talked about. Somebody is going through the cleanse. And again, it's earth energy here. Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Earth energy. Somebody got to be an earth sign here, or either have very heavy earth placements, okay? Detoxing, ridding negativity, and a purification. Okay, what is the T? What is the T? What is the T? Listen, baby, listen. Spirit is coming in hot today. Like, we got to be held accountable for making better choices and better decisions. Fake flexing, acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy, shows off, etc. So somebody's been acting like they got more going on than what they are really actually doing. Okay, so somebody is fake flossing, trying to impress a bunch of people who ain't really looking and don't really care. Okay. And in this economy, everybody got financial matters, okay, as a point of contention, okay? Now, when we Look, what is beneath this? What lies beneath this? What lies beneath this? What is driving this? What lies beneath this, Spirit? What lies beneath this? Okay. Outdated, expired, old news, discarded. Told you. So it's time to cut this person off. There is a mother trucker that's here that don't belong here. Okay? There is somebody that is in your life. I don't know who this is for, but there is somebody that is in your life that it is time for you to let them go. They don't belong here. They don't belong here. Or I'll tell you, maybe they belong here, but maybe you don't belong here. Don't even put it on them. You don't belong here.
She doesn't even go here.
It's time for you to save yourself. Okay? What's the true emotion here, Spirit? What is the true emotion here? What is the true emotion here? Oh, okay. It's too many cards, but we got cope. So somebody may be coping. Okay. We also got turning your back. Somebody is walking away. Okay. Somebody is walking away. And we got the jackass. Okay. I'm going to keep all three of these cards because of the way that they fell out. But somebody is coping. Okay. Somebody feels like a jackass, as you should. If you know that God, the angels, your spirit team, your ancestors don't play about you, I want you to write down in the chat, whatever you believe, whatever your spiritual belief is, don't play about me. So for me, my statement would be, God don't play about me. The God that I serve, the God of the angel armies, don't play about me. Okay? So if you believe in something different, then you put whatever your belief is, don't play about you. Okay? It's time that we stand on business. And if we don't sit up here and say, God don't play about me, then why are you allowing somebody else to play about you? I mean, I want to know, why you allowing somebody else play with you? When you know that God don't play about you, why you allowing somebody else to play with you? This ain't a toy. This ain't a game. I'm a human being with feelings and emotions. Y'all got to recognize who you are. All right? Now, somebody is dealing with, okay, remember I just said in this economy, everybody's dealing with financial problems. So somebody in this equation is in the inferno. They're dealing with chaos, job loss, and everything is crumbling for them, which is probably why we got the fake flexing. So somebody is probably getting caught up with the layoffs that are going on right now, trying to pretend like they still got it going on when they don't. Okay? And I feel like this may be this other person. All right? So I'm going to have to figure this out once we get all these cards out. All right? Now, I'm never one to try to put somebody down. I don't like speaking negatively over people because our words hold power. However, what I do want to put here as a point of reference, this person their life could be falling apart because karma is coming back to kick their butt. And it feels like what I'm getting from spirit is because this person is so focused on their tangible things like their money, their career, that's the way that they're being attacked right now.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker.
So this may be the only way that they could get that recompense, that response, okay? That's the way that karma is attacking them. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. It definitely feels like this person is not widely spiritual or receptive. So they're not really understanding like how everything is interconnected and things have consequences. Okay. They're not understanding that. Now, when we look at the true crime, what is the true crime here? Okay. They got an accomplice, a partner in crime. Somebody helped them get away with something. Okay. They got an alibi. They got somebody that has helped them get away with something. Okay. And now they feel stupid. Well, they thought they got away with it. See, that's the thing. In the universe, everything is connected. Everybody knows everything. There's nothing hidden. There's no secrets. There's no nothing. So just when you thought that you got away with something, let me be the first one to tell you, you never got. Didn't I just tell y'all a few moments ago in my ramble that everything you do has a weed or a seed? Everything plants. Everything plants. So every seed that you plant, it's either going to be a flower or it's going to be a weed. I just misspoke a minute ago. So whatever it is that you thought that you was getting away with, baby, you ain't get away with nothing. This thing called life, there's consequences to it one way or the other, and you going to get yours. You ain't getting away with nothing. You thought you was pulling one over on me? Didn't I just tell you that God don't play about me? Okay? Listen. You know, I almost feel sorry for this person, but we got to talk about this. This person know what they was doing. This person know what they was doing. This person knew what they was doing the whole time. This person did all of this stuff with the intention of being malicious, cruel, and cold. Okay? And now it's time for you to decide that you want to be happy. Because when you in love, when you think you in love, that's what Mary said. When you think you in love, you only see what you want to see. Okay? Stability, flow, trying to balance, juggling, uncertainty, stressful choices, and chaos. Okay? So whatever is happening, okay, the stability for one person in this relationship is being challenged right now. Okay? Somebody's stability is being challenged. You're trying to balance, you're juggling. It's a lot of uncertainty. I think this uncertainty is around the fact that you need to decide whether or not you want to let go of this person. Okay? This is where a lot of chaos and choices are coming around, because you may even feel guilty right now with the fact that this person's life is crumbling. But guess what, baby? This ain't got nothing to do with you. What's going on in their life? What does it have to do with you? What does this have to do with you? Okay? Okay. It doesn't have nothing to do with me. Okay? What you going through in your life ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay? Because what I'm dealing with got something to do with you. But what you got going on in your personal life ain't got nothing to do with me. All right, now, here we go. What is blocking this situation from going? Well, we kind of already know. They was never really in it. They were here for malicious intent. They was here for the wrong reasons, okay? Feeling unloved. You deserve someone who can support you emotionally and fully. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay? Somebody needs to feel more loved. Okay? Somebody needs to feel appreciated and valued. It's everything that I already said. Okay? Now, if you heard me say all of this before I even touched the card, I want you to put a ear in the chat, because I've already said this. If you want to be happy, if you really want to be happy, I want you to write down in the chat, all I really want is to be happy. If that's what you want, I want you to write down, all I really want is to be happy. Yep. So this person feels like there is a pretty common, unique connection. But here's the thing, even though they may be telling you this in words, even though they keep on telling you that this is what they want from you, we did get the yellow flowers. So this is a friendship. They don't see this as nothing being more long-term, which is the problem. Okay, which is the problem. All right, so, and it could be they don't see nothing long-term because they still holding on to something from the past. I don't know. All right, so person A, I definitely feel like person A is going through this cleanse, okay? I feel like they're going through a detox. They're rid of negativity and purification. I feel like they are turning their back on somebody and going to be walking away. They finally woke up and smelled the coffee and realized that this situation is dead, okay? It's outdated, it's expired, it's used, it's old news, okay? I think that right now they're at that point where they're like, I'm tired of feeling unloved, okay? And I deserve somebody that's going to contribute to my happiness in the ways that I seek to inspire to contribute to theirs. All I really want is to be happy, okay? All I really want is to be happy. And I also feel like this is going to be challenging their stability with the flow, that they feel like their world is crumbling and falling apart, but really things are coming together. Okay? Things are really coming together. Now, it's very, very, very interesting because, you know, people love to come in here and to put things in my chat and I just let y'all talk. But what you're not going to do is come in here and shame nobody. That's what you're not going to do. This is a safe space. So I'm going to need for you to move on around because if I catch you, I'm going to take you out. Now, person B is coming through. They're feeling like the jackass, okay? Their life is falling apart. They're in the inferno, okay? They got job loss, chaos, everything crumbling. They over here dealing with the fake flex and trying to act like they not bothered. They're bothered. They're over here trying to cope, okay? They're over here trying to cope. And I think with this coping, that's also got them second guessing things. Now, what I'm trying to figure out is who is this third party air sign and why are they an accomplice? Okay, that's their partner in crime. Now, listen, if y'all ready to figure out whose business this is, I need y'all to go ahead and put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Go ahead and put those magnifying glasses in the chat because it's time for us to investigate who are the potential parties that are involved. Listen, I do my readings for sun, moon, Venus, and rising, sun, moon, Venus, and rising. If I ain't talking about you, don't make it be about you. All right? If y'all ready to get into it, put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Here we go. All right, Spirit. Tell me more. Who is person A? Who is the person who is ridding the negativity and turning their back? Okay. Person A is coming in as an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with this 3 of Wands. Upright, coming in as preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansion, and overseas opportunities. Okay. Somebody is coming in today with their foundation of, I need to make progress. I need to move forward. I need to make a decision to walk and go ahead of me. And I also need to be prepared to leave something behind. If you or your person is the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, can you go ahead and put a fire sign in the chat? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If you or your person is the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, go ahead and put the fire element in the chat. All right. Now, person B. Who is the person feeling like a jackass here? Who is the okay. Air sign, I'm sorry, earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you or your person is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Can you put the earth sign down in the chat? This person, as I said, is an earth. There is an earth sign here, okay? They're coming in as the Ace of Pentacles upright. Excuse me. This is dealing with abundance, manifestation, opportunity, new career, financial opportunities, new ventures, and prosperity. Now, one thing when we talk about manifestation, we always reference manifestation in the positive, but you do realize that manifestation could also be a negative thing too. Manifestations are nothing but consequences. They are the direct result of something happening. Okay? So if you or your person is a fire or earth sign, sun, moon, Venus, and rising, can you go ahead and put the fire or the earth emoji in the chat? And if you are just listening today, because these are not your sun, moon, Venus, and rising, can you go ahead and put your zodiac sign down in the chat? We're about to go ahead and get into this reading after I put some more lotion on my hands, because it's done sucked the moisture out my hands. But it's time for somebody to be happy. It's time for somebody to be happy. And we got to figure out where this third party person is coming in here with this air sign. Okay. So somebody got something else going on here. I don't know who it is, but it's definitely feeling like it's coming from this. It's definitely coming in from. All right. So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I need y'all to go ahead and put those coffee cups, water bottles, the drinks, whatever you drinking this morning. Because baby, it is time for us to get into this reading. And here we go. All right, y'all. It definitely feels like, I'm going to be honest with y'all, before I even go there, since people want to come in here and try to discredit my skills. What it feels like is, now that person A, this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and remember the energy can be inverted. This Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is preparing to walk away. They are preparing to walk away. They are preparing to move on with their life. They're like, I just want to be happy. This ain't working no more for me. I've been here as long as I can be here. I've been doing everything that I can do. And I'm willing to bet, now that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, now they want to get serious. Now they want to come and try to offer you some type of offering and try to make peace and, you know, put some security and respect. They're only doing that because they need you, boo. Okay? They only doing that because they need you. Because their life is falling apart. And if you be gone out of it too, then guess what's going to happen? They have nothing. They over here like Whitney Houston. I have nothing, nothing, nothing. Okay, it is what it is, okay? Because all this time, you ain't been talking about nothing.
A bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit, a bullshit.
All right, so here we go. What is going on with my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. So, person A, you're coming in as a 9 of Cups. You're just ready to be happy. At this point in your life, you're like, I don't care if I have to be eaten alone. Okay? At this point, I just want to be happy. I'm not going to sit here and play these games with you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I got to be someplace. Listen, baby. If you're not offering me what I want to be, I have no problem with eating alone. I have no problem with doing the things that I need to do for myself. Because at this point in time, you done wasted all of my good and precious time having me sitting up here really waiting, thinking and believing that one day we're going to be something that we're never going to be. Okay? If you are resonating with person A's energy, where again, you are ready to be happy, you're ready to walk into the fulfillment of your life, and you're like, I don't care if I got to be by myself. I don't care if I got to do this alone. My peace is worth my happiness. If you are feeling like that today, can you go ahead and put the red heart in the chat? Go ahead and put the red heart in the chat. Person B is coming in today. This earth sign, didn't I just tell y'all before I touch this card that I feel like the moment that you decide that you wanted to walk away, this person was going to come to you with an offer. Didn't I just say that? If y'all just heard me say that, can you go ahead and put in the chat for me an ear? Because I just said that. Person B, now that you decided that you're in a place where you want to be happy, here they come giving you a love offering. They're like, you know what? Now I want to offer you the world. Now I want to open up and explain to you how I've been feeling and what I've been thinking and what I've been going through. No, you should have been telling me all these things all along, but instead you've been withholding, you've been withdrawing, you've been acting weird and funny. Now all of a sudden that you ain't got a pot to piss in a window to walk throw it out of. Now all of a sudden you want to treat me like a life partner and a best friend. I can't do this without you. I bet you can't, because now you trying to keep the peace because your name ain't on the lease, okay? But we ain't finna do that.
All right, then, keep your secrets.
Okay? We ain't finna do that. We ain't finna do that. You've been sitting around here playing these games all this time, and now you over here feeling like the jackass. Okay? You over here because you played yourself. You played yourself. Now, what they probably didn't tell you was that they was over here playing you because they had this third party person back here in the background, and they was trying to figure that out. And now that ain't worked, now they over here like, ooh, I don't know if I should go, if I should stay. I don't know what I should do. Which one is not like the other? Listen, you played yourself. You absolutely undeniably played yourself. You played yourself. And now you want to sit up here and try to come and pretend like you got something. What do you have to offer? I'm not trying to be funny. And again, I'm not putting down anybody who is lacking financial resources right now. But let's be honest. What exactly does this person have to offer you? I'll wait. What does this person have to offer you? So if you are aligning with person B's energy, if you realize that you may have made a mistake in this relationship with this person, what is it that you have to offer? Don't nobody want to go to the Naked Olympics with you? They are so turned off. So aside from physical connectivity, what is it that you have to offer? I mean, we want to know. The church want to know. Come to the front. We want to know. Because at this point, we just like,
That's a secret.
Okay? Now, what is favorable about this situation? Let me ask you something. If you're the person that's preparing to walk away because you want to be happy, how does their offer make you feel? How does that... Is it even something to consider? I want you to write that down in the chat. If they do come forward and to give you an offer, how does this make you feel? Now, what's favorable here is that it did have the potential of being a long-term situation in a partnership. They just abused it. They just abused it. They took advantage of your kindness for weakness. This was something that was divinely orchestrated. It was given to you by God. Like this connection was supposed to be here, which is why I said early on that their karma is tied to their financial loss. Okay. Remember, I did say that. So this was something that was divinely orchestrated. You guys were supposed to be something that was here, that was supposed to be something more than what it is. This was something that was supposed to this was a cycle. It could be a past life soulmate connection, but it did have something that was here that you were supposed to get out of this. And the fact that they misappropriated this connection is probably why their world is falling apart. Okay? It is probably why their world is falling apart right now. So let me ask you this question. Okay? Now that we know that this was potentially a soulmate connection that has gone wayward. Okay? Have you noticed any signs from the universe that is pointing you in a different direction? Okay. Have you noticed anything, any signs from the universe? Write that down in the chat. If you've been seeing any signs from the universe that this was supposed to be something more than what it was, and now you're having to make the choice. Because listen, people are put on our path. This is an unfavorable statement I'm about to make, but it's a real statement to make. We all have assignments. We all got places that we need to be, with people that we need to be there. But we still have free choice over what we do when we get there. Okay? And everybody has different spiritual beliefs, so I'm not projecting. But my belief is, even when you don't do right by me, I will get something of greater or equal value. Okay? I will get something of greater or equal value. All right? So, you came, I saw, I conquered. It wasn't good. I had to move around. Does that mean that I'm not going to get the love of my life? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That doesn't mean that at all. Because I'm going to get something of greater or equal value. And I'm not going to stand here and allow you to play in my face. I'm not going to stand here and allow you to disrespect me, mistreat me, embarrass, humiliate, drag, and get me all upset. I'm just not going to do that. And let me ask you, for those of you who saw those signs, what was the positive shift that this influenced in your life? What did you start doing differently once you saw those signs? Now, what's consequential about this is that it wasn't the stable, happy household that it was supposed to be. Okay? This person was not offering you the things that they were supposed to be, the things that they were supposed to do. They were supposed to come into your life and love you and treat you the way that you were supposed to be treated. This was supposed to be a happily ever after, but it's gone wayward. And although this was not what it was supposed to be, the reality is you had to make a choice.
You have an unnatural allegiance to losers. It's not like you.
Okay, you had to make a choice. Either you're going to continue to allow this person to drag you, humiliate, and embarrass you, or you're going to do something different. And what I am telling you is, with this Four of Cups in reverse, you made the decision that you were no longer going to be attached to this. You made the decision, fire signs, that you were no longer going to allow now I can't even talk, I'm tongue-tied. You are not going to allow this person to continue to treat you the way that they have been treating you. It was all fun and games until all of a sudden it wasn't. Okay? It was all fun and games until now it's not. And now that they up here trying to come back and offer you something, it's like, I don't even want to hear it. And good for you. Good for you. Okay? Good for you. Because now you're standing up for yourself. Now you're saying, you know what? The way that you've been treating me isn't cool. And that's why karma is here. See, when you got to be careful with what you do with God's people. You got to be careful with how you treat the things that God is giving you. Because you never know. There was a parable in the Bible, not that I'm projecting on anybody, but I'm just sharing for a reason. There's a parable in the Bible where Jesus said you got to treat even the strangers with kindness, because you never know who's who. And see, the moment that you decided that you were going to move around from this person and leave this person alone was the very second that their life started to crumble and fall apart. You got to be more careful with what you're doing. You made bad choices and poor decisions, and now it's supposed to be my fault because your life is falling apart. No, try, that's your fault. Time is up. All right, time is up. Now, what do you think would happen if you continue down this path? I want you to write that down in the chat. What do you think would happen if you continue down this path. What this is trying to teach you is you got to know what you want and be prepared to wait for it. You are in charge of your life. This is exactly what we talked about in the beginning of this reading. You are in charge of your own life. You are in charge of the time that you got right here and right now. You are the boss of you. You are the boss of you. This is trying to teach you that you got to take control over your own destiny. You got to take control over your own life. You got to take control over the people. You basically, in other words, you got to be responsible for the time that you got in front of you. Stop holding on, praying, hoping, wishing, thinking that this person is going to change. They're not ever going to change. All they're going to do is keep on gassing you up with no place to go and nothing to do.
You are a scammer.
All of us have been there before. At this point in life, all of us at today's age, most of us have vehicles. Y'all know what it feels like to have a full tank of gas and nowhere to go and nothing to do? But I would rather have a full tank of gas and have my car parked in the driveway and know that when I'm ready to move, I can go wherever I want to go without no impediments. Okay? That's what this is trying to teach you. If you want marriage, that's what you need to wait for. Somebody who equally wants to be married. Stop dealing with people who are ethically non-monogamous and expecting for them to want to change their mind and want to be married. Nobody in the history of people have hoo-ha or magic wands that are so powerful that you're going to change their mind with sexual activity. If you think you got it like that and you got evidence of it, tell me what you doing. Because the thing that you get to get somebody is not going to always be the thing that you need to do to keep them. It's more to relationships than just sex. It's more to life than just sex. What happens when y'all get old and y'all body parts stop working? What happens then? What happens when the kids grow up? What happens then? You understand what I'm saying? What happens then? We really got to reimagine what we want our lives to look like. And I know nobody ever wants to hear that sometimes you got to wait for the things that you really truly want. But it's the truth. Either you're going to stand for something or you're going to fall for anything. And that's what this is trying to tell you. Stand for the things that you believe in. You are in charge of your own life. Now, what you need to do to heal is with this 8 of Wands. You need to be able to listen, you're going to have to fight for what it is that you want. You're going to have to be persistent. You're going to have to be dedicated. You're going to have to be focused. And the question that I asked you, how are you willing to prove that you're focused on better quality relationships? What are you doing to heal? How are you empowering yourself today? Are you putting up those boundaries and closing doors to listen? Baby, let me tell you, yesterday I was listening to a pastor speak. He was talking about the reason why you refuse to close the door is because you still hoping for something to change. But the reality is it takes faith to close the door. And what I'm trying to tell you is if you know that you deserve better, then exercise your faith in the appropriate way. Instead of having faith that this person's going to change their grown ass mind, have faith in closing the door to say it's time for me to be happy.
Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble.
Okay? It's time. It's time. It's time for you to decide that you are worthy of your happiness. You are worthy of your blessings. You are worthy of your joy. Stop giving this stuff away to people who don't deserve it. Stop giving attention to clowns participating in a clown show. If you know you don't belong in a circus, why are you giving credence to a clown? when he's in his natural environment. You ain't got to be privy to that. You could just say, this ain't my cup of tea. And keep it moving. Now, what you need to do, again, you need to be very thoughtful about what you're doing with your time, what you're doing with your life. You need to be focused. Get your vision together. Get your energy in the right place. Get your excitement up for what it is that you feel like God is about to do next for you in your life, because it's a reason why he's closing this door. It's a reason why he's pointing out to you the things that he's pointing out to you. It's the reason why you're hearing the messages and the numbers that you're seeing. There's a reason for all of that. There's a reason for all of that. And this is about you being grounded and connected for your growth, for your stability, for your well-being. It's time for you to walk away and to turn your back from things that are no longer serving you. How many years got to go by before this mother trucker even tells you that they don't want you? How many times do they have to tell you that this ain't that and that ain't this? How many times do you got to play these games? You're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy of it. It's love out here for you. There's a soulmate connection out here for you. With this Two of Cups here, you definitely are worthy of it. The minute you leave this situation alone and you process your feelings and your emotions, and you really free yourself of this, which is going to take time, okay? It is going to take time, okay? It is going to take time for you to be able to move and to be able to get through this situation, okay? It is going to take time. And you got to give yourself that time to process your feelings and your emotions. You got to heal those wounds, because otherwise you're going to attract another person just like what you just got. And that's the step that a lot of us miss. We go from relationship to relationship because we're afraid of being alone. But what you need to do is focus on your healing in your downtime. Get to know you in your downtime, so that you can be grounded, so that you can be focused, so that you can be qualified, ready, and available, so that you can go into this new situation with this person that you need to be walking into without belaboring mute points of things in the past. You're here now. You're here now. Don't nobody care about what you did yesterday over there. You're here now. And you got to be ready, because they ain't going to want to hear all of this other stuff. Whenever I meet somebody now and they always ask me about the past, my response is simple. It wasn't my fault they wasn't ready. That's self-sufficient. I don't need to explain nothing else. I don't need to say no more. I don't need to do nothing else. It's a mystery to me. God said no, and I don't need to know the answer. If it was for me, it would have been. Now, let's clarify this quickly. People got choices. People got choices. People have decisions that they make. People make decisions all the time. Okay? People make choices and people make decisions. When you want to play games, you made the choice for me. Either I'm going to be a participant in this clown show, or I'm going to make the decision that I'm not going to do this and I'm going to walk away. And it's okay to do that. You don't owe nobody anything. This is about your happiness. Okay? This is about your happiness. Sometimes the consequence is dealing with the BS that you're dealing with because you allowed it. You allowed it. Okay? And at this point, we're making conscious decisions to say, we're not doing this anymore.
Oh man, not again.
Okay? Now, The lies are being exposed. Okay? The lies are being exposed. The truth is being exposed. This person thought that they were going to be able to pull one over from you. They was going to have their cake and eat it too. They had people supporting them and backing them up. They thought that they could hold on to this earth sign in their back pocket. Whatever they was doing in the dark is coming to the light. And now they feel stupid. Because not only are they losing their job, not only is their money funny, but now you feeling super stupid. Feeling super stupid. Trying to cope. Because the one thing, see, people, they miscalculated. They miscalculated. They thought that they was going to waste your good time having you serve as a placeholder. Baby, I'm not a placeholder. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius was never a placeholder. You thought I was just here for decor? No, I have a purpose. It's a reason why I'm here. If you're not a placeholder, I want you to write down in the chat, I am nobody's placeholder. They needed to wake up and see the truth. They know that they ain't been the best person. They know they ain't been the kindest. They know that they been a total jerk. Ain't no secrets there. They know exactly what they did, when they did it, how they did it, why they did it. They know that karma is here working on them right now. It is what it is. But what you're not going to do is, again, come up in here and play in my face and think for 1 second that your actions and your behavior is not with consequence. Everything comes with the consequence. Period. I said either you're planting a seed for a flower or you're planting a seed for a weed. And all your weeds is coming up. It's pruning season. It is pruning season for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They said, I'm not doing this no more. It's time to let it go. I'm not playing these games with you anymore. It's time to let it go. And guess what? Ain't nobody stuck on stupid and parked and dumb. I don't have to do this, and I don't have to do this with you. They did not expect for you to come in with a vengeance and no. They didn't expect for you to make your mind up. But you did. You turning your back. You're detoxing. This is outdated. I'm tired of feeling unloved. I'm moving on. I'm tired of chaos. It's time for me to reap my harvest. It's time for me to see the beauty that God has for me. It's time for me to walk in my destiny and go belong with the people who want me. The people who are going to cherish me. The people who are going to protect me. The people who are going to provide me, not expose me. And here it goes with the manipulation, like I said. Now that you want to backpedal, now that you want to leave us alone, now here they come. You know I love you. You know I got to have you. You know I want to marry you. You know I always seen a future with you. How did you see a future with me when you can't even practice being faithful in dating? How you gonna be faithful in a marriage when you can't be faithful in dating? You can't even stop texting your ex every time we sit over here trying to watch TV. Who is that? I don't know, spam likely. No. The reality is that you needed to see who this person was in order for you to be able to realize that it is time to let go. You needed to experience this so that you can learn how to have better self-love, self-esteem, self-control. Okay? You needed to experience all of this. It was unpleasurable, but it was for your benefit. It was uncomfortable, but it was for your growth. The consequence of this is now you got a bunch of memories, a bunch of heartache, and a bunch of disappointment that you got to process. But remember, everything in life has its own purpose, and it has its own reason for being. And you got to understand what this looks like. You got to understand why this is. Okay? You got to understand it all. You got to understand it all. You may feel like you're in a place where it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. You may feel very naive. You may feel weak. You may feel like you're uneasy about moving forward. You may feel like this is a trap. Don't look at your age and be like, I'm too old to start over. Don't look at your age and be like, ain't nobody gonna want me. I want to have kids and I can't have kids if I leave this joker alone because I'm 35, or I've been wanting to have kids and now I'm going to listen. Okay? I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this once and for all. When it's meant for you to do what God wants you to do, it's never too late. That goes back to what I said in the beginning of this reading about you taking control over the time that you have in front of you now. You may have felt like you wasted a bunch of time back there, but you're here now. And you got control over here right now. And if you know that you're never going to give somebody else that type of credence, that type of time, that benefit, then make the decision that now you're not going to be doing this no more. It's not going to take 11 signs for you to make up your mind or walk away. How many red flags do you got to have slapping you in the face before you make the conscientious choice or decision to move on with your life? Move on. Move on. It's nothing worse than wasting your time playing on a team and you are never going to be a starting player. Respectfully. Didn't I tell y'all this person is getting their karma right here, right now with this justice card? The truth is coming out. You see this person exactly for who they are. Their life is crumbling because you can't mistreat people and think that you're going to win. Lauryn Hill said it best. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? You spent all this time lying and deceiving me, misleading me, making me feel like I had the potential for something to be here, but then it's not here. How you gonna win when you ain't right within? All them seeds that you planted are going to root one day. And you can't get mad when you have a yard full of weeds, when you won't even water the grass that you had. Okay? Listen, I don't know who this message is for today, but I want to ask you, regardless of where you fall, how do you feel like you can truly empower yourself today? How do you plan on moving forward today? No matter what we're talking about, what is your plan to be able to move forward? How do you plan on empowering yourself? Because it's time for you to take control over your destiny. You want to be happy, create happiness for yourself. By leaving things that no longer serve you, that make you unhappy, leave those things in the dark. Leave those things in the past. Now, as we get ready to close out this reading, if y'all ready for closing thoughts, I need you to find those paper, pen, notebook emojis. I need y'all to be able to put down a paper, pen, pencil. It's time for us to take notes and get ready to close this reading out. Y'all ready? Here we go. so as we shift to talk about the potential final outcome, I do say potential because nobody can predict free will. Okay? Nobody can predict free will. You may hear this information and you just might be like, I don't know. I want that man, Mimi. I want everything that belongs to me. Okay, well then you gonna get that man. Or you could be the earth sign here that was like, you know what? This is my wake-up call. I don't want to lose this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I need to stop playing games. I need to come up and tell the truth. I need to be honest. I need to be forthcoming. I need to help them make a decision to not give up on me. Because I recognize I didn't always do the right things. It could be the case. Okay? I don't know, but we about to get into this. What is the final outcome for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Well, number one, you can't believe nothing this person says. They're going to come to you saying a whole lot of something. It's going to be a whole lot of nothing, okay? This person is truly only trying to manipulate you to control the outcome. They were not expecting for you to walk away. They were not expecting for you to leave them alone. They were not expecting for you to be like, you know what? I'm good. They were not expecting this. Let me just say this real quickly. People know when they have a good thing. That's why they work so hard to keep it. Because they know that they have a good thing, right? They know that they have a good thing and they want to keep that good thing because they don't want nobody else to have it. It is not a flex, ladies and gentlemen, to have somebody who wants you only because they don't want nobody else to have you. That is not a flex. You have somebody in your life that is stealing you of your time and of your treasure. That is not a flex to be on the back burner. Okay, that is not a flex. That's not a flex. Okay? You need to make sure that you are putting yourself in a position where people are going to love and respect you. Because that's what you're worthy of. They're going to do whatever they got to do to try to save face because they're embarrassed. Okay? They are truly embarrassed. But they're not even remorseful. That's the thing. They're not even remorseful. Here goes justice again. This is going to work in your favor, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They're not even remorseful for the things that they've said. They're not even sorry for the things that they've done. The sad part is, I feel like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn don't even realize their error. You bringing this to their attention. You trying to tell them about how this is making you feel. You trying to have conversations out of respect for them, and they over here playing games.
Accusation. False accusation.
But I'm here to tell you that the reality is that if they're telling you anything other than, I am sorry for how I've wronged you, I am sorry for how I deceived you, I am sorry for how I manipulated you, if they're saying anything further than that, they are still not taking accountability and responsibility for their actions. And this goes back to what I said in the beginning of this reading about how we have to stop expecting people who are showing us that they don't have the ability to be who or what we thought or asked for them to be. We have to stop violating their boundaries and assuming that they're going to become something that they're not able to become. That is beyond the pale for them. You got to meet them where they are. And for this person, you got to meet them in such a low vibrational space that it's not even worth you being there. What's in you will come out of you. How can two walk together and not be in agreement? So either this is a reflection of the true pit of who you are, and that's what makes y'all attracted to one another, or it's time for you to say, this is a space that I don't need to be in. This is a person that I don't need to be with. I've been gracious, I've been kind, I've been loving, I've been considerate, I've been thoughtful, I've been open. But now it's time for me to choose me. And that's what this reading has been about from the very beginning, about choosing you, knowing when to walk away, putting your happiness first, giving yourself the same preferential treatment that you've been giving this clown. Give it to yourself. If you know truly that you've been dealing with a clown, I want you to put a clown emoji down in the chat. Because now the veil has been removed. You are no longer deceived, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You are no longer deceived about what you're dealing with. You know what you're dealing with. You see it. You can't unsee it. So why are you over here pretending that something's going to change when you know good and doggone well it's not? What you waiting on? What you waiting on? It's never going to change. It's never going to change. How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? I ask for a sign from the sweet Lord above. I know the answer is in front of me, but when you think you're in love, you only see what you want to see. And all I see is me for you and you for me. How can you be in love with anybody when you see the crevices of their ass that they gave you to kiss? This is about you being happy. This is exactly where we started out this reading for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now that you see how the cookie is crumbling, now you see how the pieces are coming together, now that you see that choosing you is the better decision for you, you're about to walk into the best season of your life. You're about to walk into the best season of your life. The quality of your life is predicated upon the clarity of your vision. You only see what you want to see. So if you want to look at your singleness as being a deficit, then you only going to see destitute things. But if you see your singleness as an opportunity for you to prepare yourself for the better things that God has in store for you, then that's what you're going to see. When I wake up, I don't see, oh, woe is me. I see, oh, it's another day and another opportunity for me to meet the person that I need to be meeting. And I can meet them anywhere, at any time. I see this as an opportunity to go everywhere and put a smile on my face. Let that joy that's within me radiate externally. Let the peace that's in me be extended with grace to other people. Let what's in me come out of me. Let the compassion. Let my humility. Let my femininity. Whatever that looks like for you, let that come out of you. because like attracts like. And the more that you're like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to be, this is how I choose to show up, you're going to start to receive those things, because you only see what you want to see. You only see what you want to see. But if you keep on looking at this closed door that's behind you, that's outdated, that ain't choosing you, then you just gonna see the time that you've wasted, the sadness, the hurt, the humiliation, embarrassment, the shame, the guilt, the frustration, the anger, the resentment, and all of those other negative emotions. That's what you're going to see. It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to go for the things that God has for you. And stop letting people put you in a friend zone and waste your time. You got a real man waiting for you. He may even be another fire sign. He could be an Aries. But you got, once you leave this alone, listen, I done told y'all this once before. It came out here at the bottom of the deck here. Remember I told y'all early on, the minute you move around and process your feelings and your emotions, here come that soulmate. Here we go. Here he goes. Somebody who got their stuff together. Somebody that's highly respected and respectable. Somebody that's not going to waste your time playing games with you. Lying, cheating, being malicious and deceitful and heartbreaking and all, none of that. Ain't nobody got time for none of that. It's time for you to go on and be happy. It's time for you to let go of those things that are no longer serving you. Like we started out this conversation talking about how the girl in The Bachelor, she let him have it. He said, I don't want you looking at me differently. She said, well, I do. And do. As should. Yes, I'm looking at you differently. Because you misled me. You lied to me. You manipulated me. You had me thinking that I was coming to get proposed to today. And you picked somebody else that wouldn't even tell you that they love you without being nudged. And let me tell you this. It ain't for a second that I believe that she didn't go back after his mama was pressuring her. That was an indicator, which she was a smart girl. I mean, like, if I had the conversation, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should tell this person that I love them. Because I thought that would have been a deal breaker too. Right? But we only see what we want to see. We only see what we want to see. You got to see what you need to see, not what you want to see. Somebody needed to get clarity on this, and let me help point out this person to you. This person has always struggled with being unable to be vulnerable. They have struggled with being invulnerable, being open, being forward. They don't foster an environment of transparency. If you ask them a question, they'll give you an answer, but the answer that they're giving is very shallow. This person is very secretive and very manipulative. So if you've ever had doubts about who this person is, let that be your answer about who this person is. Stop seeing what you want to see. See what you need to see. A man who wants to build with you. A man who wants a vision with you. Is going to include you on their strategy, include you on their plans, include you in on their vision and their dreams and their aspirations. They're never going to shy away from sharing that, because they want you to know that not only is this how I'm thinking and this is what I'm feeling, but I want you to know that I have a space here for you. And yes, sometimes they include you on these things, but they never said, I want these things with you. So for example, yeah, I want to be married. But they never said, I want to be married with you. or to you, right? They just saying, I got a dream to be married one day. And then y'all be over here in y'all feelings talking about something. Girl, he said he wanted to be married. He never said that. All he said to you was, I see myself being a husband one day. He never said, I see myself being your husband one day. You see how different that sounds? Two different statements. I can't believe you did this to me and we was talking about getting married. No, boo. He wasn't talking about getting married and he wasn't talking about getting married to you. He was just sharing with you a future plan. You got to learn how to listen. Stop hearing what you want to hear and hear what you need to hear. If you listen to things in that capacity, you will save yourself a whole lot of time. Angels, what messages do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in this reading? Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. It's time for you to take a step back. If you really want to get married and really want to go forward to the soulmate partnership that we keep talking about that's coming your way, you got to let go of this. And that is your foundational energy. You are about to walk away from something. You got to leave something behind in the past in order to go forward to step into your future. It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to stop playing games with people who don't even play fair. Romeo and Juliet, what words of advice do you have for Aries, Leo, Sagittarius dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? What words of advice do you have for fire and earth signs? Wise, trustworthy, caring, and optimistic. This is about Friar Lawrence. Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast. This goes back to what I said in the very beginning of this reading. This is about you slowing down, running your own race, going at your own pace. Who cares if it takes 20 years to get to the quality relationship that you deserve? Everything is fruitful and has its purpose. If you have been planting seeds for flowers, baby, you about to have a beautiful garden. That's it. That's all I have for you. That's all I have for you. Like, I feel like Spirit came through early on and beat that thing down to the white meat. That's what he had. It's time for you to stop settling for less. It's time for you to stop playing games with people who don't play fair in the sandbox. Let me ask this question. It's all about pace. It's all about pace. Spirit, tell me or show me what's going to happen as soon as this person leaves this person alone altogether. What is going to happen once this person leaves this person alone altogether? Well, for one, you're going to be free. Free of this unhealthy, toxic attachment. You're going to be free. You're no longer going to be bound emotionally to this person. You're going to be free. You're going to go through this transformation that is going to be so beautiful. You're going to go through this rebirth. You're going to feel grounded and like everything that this person did to try to keep you. You're going to feel them shackles off your feet. What else? Page of Wands. I definitely feel like you finna fight for this. I definitely feel like you're finna fight for this. I definitely feel like this is going to be one of those things where this is going to be maddening for you. I see you taking back your power and having these bold conversations. When they over here crying out their eyes, girl, you know, I love you. You're going to be like, look, Lawnmower, get off my phone. Okay? Stop playing games with me. I feel like you're going to be very, very, very straightforward in how you approach this situation. I don't think that you're going to be delicate about it. I think that you're going to be straightforward about it. I think you're not going to be holding punches. I think you just going to be like, you know what? You are so unserious. There's no way I could ever see myself dealing with you. Get off my phone. Stop playing on my line. Stop wasting my time. Goodbye. And good for you. Good for you. Okay, good for you. Going back to how Letitia, whatever her name was, stood up for herself yesterday on The Bachelor. Okay. I also see you not being confused about what decision to make. You know in your heart of hearts what decision to make. Okay. You are very clear about what decision needs to be made here. You're not confused. You know exactly what you need to do. It's only one decision to make, and that is to stand on business. So when they call you back next week trying to check to see if you still mad, the answer is blocked, contact not found, deleted. They over here looking at the phone like,
Stop it. What?
Yes, you're blocked. Ain't nothing else for us to talk about. What can I offer you, sir? What can I offer you? Ain't nothing for us to talk about. Ain't nothing for us. Like, what are we saying here, boo? There's no conversation here. We ain't got nothing to discuss. And as I said that, here goes the seven of Pentacles. You're going to be over here focusing on you, getting your stuff in the bag. Focusing on your growth, your healing, your development. Preparing yourself for what is to come your way. You're not going to be in any type of internal conflict, chaos, confusion, nothing. Nothing. All that inner turmoil, all that other drama that you had before, baby, you leaving this behind in the past. I'm telling you, as soon as you heal from this and heal from the trauma and heal from all of these unresolved feelings and emotions, baby, you're going to move on and walk right into the love of your life. I'm telling you, I see it. It's here. It's the reason why you're being pushed to leave this person alone. All right? So with that being said, I want to get out of this business, y'all. I hope that this message is offered clarity and provided you some guidance. I hope that it aligns with the outcome that you are expecting. If it has not, please let me know. Is this alignment with what you've been feeling? Let me know down in the chat. Let me down in the comment section below. Is this what you expected or no? Okay. But for everybody else, I want to thank you so much for tuning into the PiSeas Tarot Experience. If you've enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and become a part of my growing community. You can always find me on YouTube at Mimi Lightseer. Okay. I will never solicit you for any readings. Okay. If you see a fake, phony, and a fraud, report them and let me know what their credentials are, because we are getting them deleted. They are resilient. But y'all know that's how the devil works. He never gives up, okay? So just be clear that that is never me reaching out to you guys for a reading, okay? Remember that this reading is here for you if you need any additional guidance. So please be sure to save it. Fast forward it over to a friend, whoever needs to hear it. Pass the messages along. I love to hear from you. So drop a comment in the section below to let me know what resonated and let me know what didn't, okay? And most of all, if you enjoyed today's session, give me a thumbs up and let me know that as well, okay? Now listen, if you would like to do a personal reading with me, I am booking only at my website of PiSeasTarot.com. That link is in both bios. Wherever you're watching this, that's where my link is, okay? So don't hesitate to reach out. A huge thank you to everybody who has joined the conversation today, and a warm welcome to all of our new guppies or our new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Most importantly, thank you to all of the people who have gifted me not only your time, your talent, but your treasure. I do appreciate it. It means the world to me that when I can't sleep at night and I'm tossing and turning and I'm picking up on all these energies, I got an outlet to where I can go to where I can share these things with. And it's for you, you know, and again, today, this may not be for you. Today, it may be your day. Tomorrow, it might be somebody else. But regardless, we all been a fool in love, and today just was the Aries turn, okay? Now, remember, y'all, everybody is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So remember to be kind, patient, and gentle with yourself as well as others. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. So remember to leave a little bit of love everywhere you go today. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. The world is crumbling. The world is falling apart for so many different people. And I know that so many are still not taking this serious and not thinking about how these decisions that are being made are influencing others. Okay, people are on 10. People are stressed. People are, listen, I'm just going to put a startling statistic out here and let you run with it. The average American only has $400, if that, in savings for an emergency. Okay? The average American does not even have $400 in their bank account for an emergency. So that tells you how dire things can be for people who are going through financial hardship right now. Okay? The majority of people are living check to check. Okay, so be kind and compassionate towards others. You know, if you can spare to buy a coffee for somebody else, pay it forward. You know, show up and be light to somebody else. Even if they're being full of darkness and being rogue and being nasty and being ugly, continue to be a light, bright spot in the day for somebody else. Because how they treat you is not about you, but how you respond is a reflection of who you are. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.